We're going to get into reloading the 22-250 in this project of mine. Now, generally, my load data and my reloading videos are for members. A membership costs $3 a month, which I don't think is a lot of money for the information you get. And this video is not being monetized, so I can freely discuss prices, and I can also make ammunition, which I've had videos pulled down, and I'm on a warning for suspension because I was casting bullets or something in a video I made 5 years ago, and they caught it after all this time. So, and also the question comes up, I'm kind of doing this just to see if I can do it. It's gonna cost a bit more money. Okay, we'll get into that in this part of the video. Then, is it worth? And see, for me, I reload a lot of calibers, so getting a set of dies and all this is no big deal. I already have the presses, the scales, powder measures, all this stuff laid out. If you're starting from scratch, it could be expensive. And then it comes down to, is it worth it? All right? So let's go over, I showed you the different components in that, but let's go over my thing here. And this is going as low cost as I could. Okay, the bullets cost 27 cents. The cases were 53 cents. Now this is all including shipping, handling, sales tax. Primers run anywhere, however you buy them, from 10 cents to 15 cents. So we'll calculate that in. And the powder, okay, the max charge is going to be 34 cents worth of powder. Now granted, 8 years ago, those amounts probably to powder, to primer, and that would have been half, but they're not. And those 53 cents, the best you could get for brand new brass was probably 80 cents. So bear that in mind. If you did this yourself and bought some PPU or Hornady brass, this cost would be more. The cost of each cartridge is going to be $1.29, okay? Which comes out to $26 a box. Now, if you go into the store and you can find something off the shelf, and I went today, ammunition ranges are some $21, something like that, all the way up to the $24, $26, depending on the bullet, who makes it, and all that other fun stuff. All right. Now the case, 53 cents. Why saving the cases is important? Because if you subtract the 53 cents for the case because you had once fired brass, then your price per box drops down to $15.20. All right, that's why hanging on to your brass is important. But a lot of these guns, these people are hunting with them. They buy a few boxes of ammo. They shoot the gun, they figure out what works good in the gun and gives them the accuracy in that they want. They buy a couple boxes. They're not going to fool around looking for brass when they're out hunting, or, this here is to go and kill some pests around the farm. They're not going to shag the brass. All right. So that's how you got to look at it, but that's the cost. And to develop a load, okay, we decided what to do here. Now another thing, this brass, this pulled down brass, it's all Federal, it's primed, and it's new brass, but it's kind of tarnished and dirty. So whatever happened, maybe when they were testing a lot of ammo, something was wrong, something was found wrong, and they disassembled the ammunition, okay? And they sell this brass primed. Now the thing is, I checked it, it's the correct length, it doesn't need to be trimmed, but however they pulled this bullet, when I measured the inside diameter of the neck, it was 1/1000th bigger than when I run it up the sizing die and it comes out of the sizing die. You're losing 1/1000th neck tension, which neck tension is usually 2-3 max. Okay, so you want at least 2/1000th neck tension. So what I had to do is take my sizing die, and what I did is pull the stem of it out, okay, and removed the pin. Okay, I unscrewed it, took the pin out, put the die back together, put it in there, ran it up full length, resized it, the sizing ball is still there, got my neck tension back, and it reshaped the brass, you know, to where I feel confident with it. Alright, this is extra work. Okay, so that comes down, even though I got the brass at somewhat of a discounted rate, fairly cheap. And you don't want to push the primer out, put it back in. That's how I had to rework it, which is just more work. You know, you got to figure your labor too, just the components. So, alright, now we went and got all the information that I need for this bullet and that, and what we're going to do, we're going to use that powder, that Reloader 15.5, and again, new powder, there's no load data, there's no experience, there's nobody posting nothing on a forum or showing you a target, so you're kind of flying blind. That's why I was kind of upset I bought that powder. But if we look for 22250, and this is published by Alliant. Okay, this is online. It's doing a 55 grain Spitzer bullet, which I got a 60. Cartridge overall length, they're saying is 2350, and 2350 is what I checked with Speer. They said to set that bullet to the overall length of 2 inches, 350 thousandths is correct. Okay, my cases are trimmed, so I ain't got to trim them. The necks don't have any burrs, so we ain't got to screw with that. So this is all set and ready. And we're going, they give you here a start charge of 33.8 and a max load of 37.5. Now the difference between the 50-55 is a couple tenths, okay? And so we'll just go with the 55 grain load. And I laid it out to where if we started with 3.8, call it 33.8 grains. If we started out with that, just round it off, 34. And if I went in half grain increments, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 5. So it'd be 40 rounds if I did the whole thing at $1. Times 40. So that's going to cost $51.60 to run the test, and there's no guarantee I'm going to like what I get. See, this is why I ask people to get memberships. You know, I'm burning up $50 just to get a test run. It might not come out right. I might have to go to a different powder. Okay? So what I decided to do is cut 10 out. So going 30 rounds. So it's only going to be $38 to run the test. But this is how, you know, a lot of people just go and find the optimum thing, or somebody says, hey, use this to save money. But the only way, and when we run the test, and I'll show you the results, is you kind of got to go from the 10% below all the way up And you'll see with the chronograph where it kind of loosens up, tightens, loosens up, and then you'll see usually towards the max load or midway sometimes. Sometimes it's down at the bottom, but I doubt that. So dropping 2 charges off just to save time and money, I'd go with it. And there's 5 shots in each string, okay? So that's your cost. Okay, so like when you call me up and go, hey man, what's your load date or something? I've spent a few $100s coming up with that answer. So if you want to see me do it, or you want the actual answer and to see how the results are proved out, that's where, you should get a membership. Alright, I'm going on too long with this one. So we got our cases prepped, we went over the costs, we figured out the charges, and what we're going to do here. So the next video, I'm going to put all this stuff in my notebook. We'll charge it, seat it, I'll show you the length, and then we'll go on from there. Alright, hit the like button and stay tuned.